Today, we'll be joined by Pojo to talk about his new channel and why he gave up on Pojo Gaming YT. Hello, Pojo. How's it going?
It's going good. Been busy. Been up to some random stuff here and there. But stuff's going good.
Do we have anything we want to start off with here? Do you have like an intro you want to do? I understand this is my own video, but like, it's about
No,
you.
I get what you're saying. Oh yes, it's all about me. It's all about me. Oh my goodness. No, I don't have a intro or anything in particular. Other than I make YouTube videos and make lots of money, and I'm very rich. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Money sounds.
Yeah. So, why you give up the channel that make you money?
Why I give the channel that make me money? What a great question. So, for context, I have a gaming channel, Pojo Gaming YT, whatever. I think it has 1,200 subscribers on it right now, like on the nose or something like that. And I'm not so much as giving it up, more so I'm just kind of taking a hiatus for a couple reasons. So, first off, I was kind of burnt out from making that specific style of videos, if that makes sense. Because, as much as I like making videos, if you do something enough over and over and over again at on a repetitive level, then you just start to naturally get a little tired of it. And it was starting to affect my days, like what I actually be doing, with my life. And so that wasn't great. That was one of the reasons. Another one was I just feel like my content, it wasn't what I wanted it to be, if that makes sense. Like, I think it's good for what it is, but I feel like it could be more. And so I just need some time to work on that aspect before I jump back into making videos on that channel again. And also just, a change of mindset, wanting to pursue something else differently. Doesn't mean that, that channel is gone forever, but just I kind of want to make other types of content too, not just purely be restricted to just gaming content alone, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Oh wait, do you have anything else with that?
Nope.
Okay, that nope sounded really weird because of a Discord lag spike.
No,
So,
no, I've nothing else to add.
So why not go with the continuing of the Pojo name? Like you could went like Pojo Talks or whatever.
I don't know. I kind of want to distance myself from being restricted to only, being the Pojo guy. Like obviously that's what I'm going to use for my alias, for example, on Discord and stuff like that. It makes things easy. That's what I go as, what everyone knows me by. And I don't know. There's not a specific reason why that channel isn't branded as a Pojo-esque, subgenre or whatever of channel. I don't know. I just feel like there's not much of a reason to I don't know. And I feel like part of it too is just that I don't want to restrict myself pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So you don't want to restrict
Columbus type of internet.
So you say you don't want to
Yes.
restrict yourself. So you choose to go with the type of reading Reddit stories or whatever. Where was the thought process with that?
Like with restrict myself specifically, or why I went with reading Red stories.
Yeah, if you thought you were restricting yourself, why did you go with Reddit stories?
I feel like I can handle way more serious topics, and that's something I've been wanting to do. And I actually don't purely just plan to do Reddit stories, so there'll be more to come from that channel than just Reddit stories. There'll be a lot more, but for now though, that's what I'm sticking to. And I feel like a big aspect I was missing with back to the Pojo Gaming YT channel is that, yeah, I can talk about a lot of serious topics that games cover specifically. But I still need to figure out what exactly that means, how I would want to achieve that, and how I can improve my content to facilitate something like that, to facilitate topics like that. And this channel here, the second channel I'm kind of fostering and working with, it is essentially my zone where I can just kind of upload videos that don't, stray me, pull me any which way, where it doesn't require a lot of editing for me, or much really. Unlike the Pojo Gaming YT channel. And I don't know, there's no particular reason why I chose Red Stories and stuff like that. I feel like I needed a change of pace, and I needed to cover something that would have more lasting impact on people, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does make sense. So oftentimes we get into a lot of burnout as creatives. For me, it usually means I go on hiatus and try to just look for work elsewhere. For you, it seems to be you're trying to change up what you're doing, and I think that's great. Just to say that. I mean, with me and my channels needing to look for something different, it ended up with me with 7 channels now. I have 7 channels. One's a short farm, and one's where I just put stream VODs.
Channel's a channel.
Yes, the idea is to just make money. Where do you think you're gonna put most of your effort in the future? Like, I understand you have limited time on this platform, as you said in the podcast like a year ago.
Yes.
Where do you think this is gonna go, even as we get to your final years?
To be honest, I'm not fully certain. This isn't something I've made a roadmap for or have thought about extensively. I just know that there will be a point in time where ultimately I'll need to change my priorities. Stuff will change, stuff happens, life happens. And ultimately, YouTube will have to take a backseat for the foreseeable future at some point. It's not something I necessarily want to happen, but realistically, if I want a life that I myself would want to live in, then those would be the steps, I need to take. But in the future, my long term, if we're talking about actual channels and stuff, which one I'm gonna put more effort into, I think once I get back onto the horse for the theoretical horse here for Pojo Gaming, I think that'll still be my main channel where I put most of my time into. But that doesn't necessarily mean that there will be more uploads on there than there will be on the second channel. Because, once again, it's easy to make content on this channel. But the important thing here, though, is that both channels, if I do things right, both will have the same amount of love and care, and most importantly, intention put into them. I have to be very intentional with how I want to, go about with this second channel here. Because with this second channel, the whole idea here is that I get to just kind of be myself, as opposed to the Pojo Gaming YT channel, where I'm more of a host and I have that YouTube Mr. Beast type of personality, where I go absolutely insane. And so...
Not like me, who just gay. That's where that went. But, yeah, I see where you're going. I should have probably noted stuff down before we're starting the recording. But I'm making stuff now.
All good.
So, do you have it? Sorry, continue. I kind of cut you off there.
Oh, no, it's all good. I mean, the end goal here for both channels is, even for the second channel, right? It's absolutely not to just make a content farm just doing the same thing over and over and over again. I want it to be able, and I've mentioned this a lot in almost any time we've had recordings ever about this sort of stuff, but I want it to impact people. I want it to be able to help people out, and I'm not sure how that is, like how I would do that exactly. I'm not sure if it would even reach anyone, but in my mind, if my content here, if I do things right and I make it to where it can actually impact and help people, if even one person can watch that, it can impact their life in a positive way, and I would have served that purpose in my mind on this platform, and I wouldn't need anything else.
Sorry, let me think here. What was what was
Okay.
that driving factor that ended up like you just go one day and you just said fuck it, and you decided to make the channel and change up everything? Like, what was that moment?
I think it was realizing that as someone who is a junior in high school, right, I inherently am growing everyone grows up obviously, and realizing though that my time being a kid is running out. I won't have as much freedom as I used to have. And that just kind of put me in a spot where I was pondering, some might even say scheming a lot, and thinking about what matters to me. What do I want? And then looking at other people, asking other people actually, and seeing what matters to them. What helps them out? What's a driving force for people? I research. I found that there are a lot of people out there who attempt to seek guidance, but no one answers them. I'm not sure, once again, I'm not sure if my content will ever reach people who actually need that assistance, but with my content, I intend to attempt to help people in any way I feasibly can. Wholeheartedly, I'm not sure what compelled me to do this, what was going on in my mind that said, you know what, I'm going to try to change some people's lives today, but I don't know. It felt like it needed to happen. I feel like, as you know, someone who is rather fortunate in my situation, I'm very blessed with everything I have. I feel like I owe it to people to try to help them out in any way I can. So
That's a very strong statement. As you've said, we talk about this a lot. Like, usually after recording, we'll get into a Discord call and talk about, like, our ideas of the platform. So, you brought up, kind of, like, you want to help people. Is that, like, a religious significance type thing? I don't know. I'm not, as you know, I'm not religious. What I'm asking here is, what religiously, or does there anything have to do with religion, bring you to this new idea of content? When you say you want to help people, I understand that statement. But is there like something that brought you there? Just like you're reading I don't know if you just read the Bible at one point and just let go with that. A lot of work.
So many words, but no, I'm kidding. I gotcha. So as a Christian, this does come from a religious standpoint, but not just that. Also coming from a sense of, what do I want? Obviously, there is that, religious factor, being a Christian, trying to help people in whatever way I can, however, God's word sees fit. But that is, for me, the biggest reason. But another reason, though, is just on my own terms. I just have a desire, because I was talking to, and I know this is kind of off track, I was talking to one of the guys in my church, and we had a deep conversation for a while, and we were talking about what we wanted to do with our free time. And something that we talked about was helping others in our free time, even if it's not easy, even if it's not the most convenient for us, even if we don't want to do it exactly. What would be the right thing to do with our free time? That doesn't mean we have to help people all the time, right? And go out of our way to give everything up to, achieve that. But just if we can do it, here and there, if we can find ways to help people a little bit, isn't that worth giving, the time of day to? And after that conversation, I don't know. I just felt like I needed to find more ways to help people. So I don't know if that answers your question fully, but
it does. Absolutely. That better than you ever would think. This is gonna make me so much money. I'm sorry. Okay. What would you say to somebody in like the same position? They're in this rut of feeling like their content is worthless. I felt that way because I didn't have the time to put enough research and to grow a channel. So I made shorts, and those ended up being like, as you said, people watch them and forget. What would you say to a person in that same vein of mind?
How to get out of that rut, you said?
Like, what would you say to somebody in that same rut? What would be like your idea of what they should do? Like, you make a new channel, but like, what would you say? Like, let's say, let's go with the most popular content on this platform, gaming. Feeling like their gaming content is worthless. What would you say?
It sounds very cliche, but there's a reason why this is cliche. And it's that you just need to be yourself, but you know, within that same vein, you need to find things that make you happy and make you feel accomplished. What are those things? Share those with other people. Not like, you know, not sharing accomplishments as in like spouting off, you know, all these achievements you got in, let's say, Elden Ring, for example. I'm not talking about that. But what are things that bring you joy? What are some fun ideas you've always wanted to, you know, do on this platform? You take risks on here. That's usually how people succeed on YouTube. They take risks. They try out certain things that have never been done before. If you have an idea that's unique and you think it's worth people's time, then absolutely give it a shot. Show off those awesome ideas you have. Because sure, there are millions and billions of videos on this platform. Stuff gets drowned in all this excessive content. It's oversaturated. But there's no reason though why, as a creator, you should try to hide your ideas because you don't think they're good enough. If you want to, if you have an interesting idea but you think it's weird, please share it. Please, because ultimately those are the people who make this platform what it is. And, aside from all the weird stuff YouTube's doing, that is the stuff that makes this platform great. And I think what ultimately makes, being a YouTuber, being a content creator, I think that's part of what makes this whole entire thing so amazing. Everyone with their unique ideas, everyone trying to, just come together. Once again, there's no reason why, if you have a unique idea, you shouldn't attempt to share with others. So I would say, I don't condone gambling, but take a gamble. Take a gamble with your content.
Yes, it's all about risk, viewer. To the girl watching this, it's all about risk. You gotta take ideas from other people. You might not agree with some things that work, so just don't do them. I'm serious. You don't need to be the 100th, I don't even know. There's so many creators that they're just like saying how to get big on you. That's how they get big on YouTube. Is just trying to tell you how to get big on YouTube. I don't watch that content anymore. It's counterintuitive.
I used to. I used to, exactly.
It's very counterintuitive. Yeah. You gotta be your own personality. I'm literally, as Pojo's seen, I'm taking a course on public speaking. What made you feel like your content, wasn't good enough? I understand you were going through burnout, and we all go through that. You've seen when my burnout happened. You can see the months. Why did it make you not want to just wait until you started feeling better? Or, push through and go and continue with the Pojo legacy or whatever? Why wouldn't you just continue your channel and change up the content? I don't know. But those are the questions.
Okay. So the question here that caught my attention the most was why leave the Pojo legacy behind, and or why not upload a Pojo Gaming YT if you're uploading to the other channel? My thought process here is I don't think that Pojo Gaming YT as a channel, as a YouTube channel, is bad. I mean, obviously, naturally you're going to be more critical over your own stuff that you make than other people will, usually. And as someone who is overly critical on myself, I don't think my content is good. People told me that before, and so I feel like I just kind of was playing it too safe. And I don't think I don't really think that the Pojo Gaming YT channel is bad, but I just think some things need to change on that front in order for me to feel satisfied and content with the product I'm putting out for people. Because think about this: if people are giving me, let's say, I don't know, 12 minutes of their time per video, okay? Let's just go with this: 12 minutes of time per video. Is them devoting their 12 minutes, those 12 minutes in that day, do they get anything out of that video that would justify, quote unquote, wasting those 12 minutes? Would it be worth it? I personally don't think so with how my content was going on the Pojo Gaming YT channel. Once again, I'm just not super pleased with what my content was, and I don't think it was worth people putting their time into watching it exactly. I feel like, I don't know, I just need to make it worth more in value, if that makes sense. And I feel like with the second channel, I'm able to complete that, and I'm able to reach that mark where, hey, I think that people putting their time into watching my videos may actually be worth their time, because time is one of the only things that we can't get back. Money we can get back, any number of materialistic things we can get back. Time is one of the only things that we just cannot get back. It is just impossible. And so in my mind, I now need to ensure that my content is worthy of that time, because ultimately, if I don't have anything worth saying, then I probably shouldn't be uploading videos.
An interesting way to look at it is like the gaming channel I have, where I post the gaming stuff. I think it's just like a way to lighten up your day. I think it's funny. It lightens up my day when I edit it. What's your opinion on that? Like, what would you say about that?
For people who strive to do that, like anything with their content, if they have a certain goal in mind for their content, absolutely go for it. Like, there is an audience who are like, hey, you know what? I want to take like 20 minutes to watch, a gold gaming video, right? A Markiplier video, like, because they just want to sit back, they just want to relax, they want to have it in the background while they study, just whatever, right? And I think that would be worth people's time. I'm more so talking about from the aspect of me personally, what I want to strive for in my own content. I feel like if I do not reach that, then I myself should not be uploading videos, if that makes sense.
Yes. I just wanted to get your opinion, because as I'm going forward, I'm focusing on like the gaming channel, Gold After Hours, like just
the money makers.
The money makers. The whole idea is for them to become the money makers, so I could have enough money to work on Gold. Wait, no, it's not even named that anymore. It's not even named. Oh, I don't even know the names of my channels.
Gold Productions.
Gold Productions. That's supposed to be like eventual end of the line. I have enough editors. We make good stuff. Anyways, until we make good stuff, Gold Media / Huntress Gold. The point is that those ones are supposed to fund the other channels.
I see.
So I need them to grow faster. So I thought, what would be the best way to do that? Commentary and gaming. Those are the two easiest content forms to make. And while I can go super complicated, I'm going a little bit less here because I need to work more on my actual being comedy. I need to become comedy. What's your opinion on becoming comedy? Like, do you think that is a worthy content?
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
Sadly,
I'm gonna be completely real. Like, being like, if you're funny, if you're a funny guy, which I think you are.
I like to think I'm funny.
Yeah, I think you're funny too. Like, I would say that is absolutely a form of content that is worth putting out there. I absolutely think that is. And dare I say, I think it's one that needs to be out there a little more because a lot of this stuff feels kind of robotic, or maybe not, like, I don't know, very natural. And if you're just someone who's funny, absolutely, like, I will watch your videos. I usually subscribe to people who I think are hilarious. That's the type of content I like, along with many others. I absolutely think that comedy is definitely has its place on this platform and is justified to be here.
Okay, so this year we made some New Year's resolutions. Yours was to make a meaningful impact. Everyone has their own definitions and thought processes behind the statement like that, but for me it means, sorry, I'm reading it for you, but for you it means being yourself and truly making content that will inspire others. You want to impact lives. If you could have, I could care less if it impacts YouTube as a platform, but you want to be able to help people. That's a very good goal. I'm gonna be honest, that's an incredible goal, and kind of what I started with. The idea of Gold Media was to just ask questions. The idea was to ask a question and answer it. Because if I got something wrong, people could just comment. People were often mean in the comments, let's be honest. The idea is that I wanted to make content that would inspire people to ask questions. Why wouldn't that fit in your content bracket of Pojo Gaming? Because that's kind of what inspired me to be like question based.
Yeah, I see. Okay. I don't think so. I think with a video like, you know, is Fortnite gonna die or whatever, will Fortnite die, whatever the title was, I don't think that video can't inspire people or impact people, because it absolutely can. I just think that the way I wish to inspire and impact people is so much different than I have been on the Pojo gaming channel. Because let's say I did that video, let's say I did that video again, right? Or let's say I was going to do that video again. I would not be opposed to doing something like that at all. It's not the concept itself and why, I don't think it can impact people. But I think it's more so how I talk about, the game for this example, and maybe how I talk about certain things within it. Maybe what I cover is different. I just have a different idea for what impact is in the grand scheme of my channel, because while yes, a video like that can impact people, inspire people to maybe make content similar to mine, which, nothing wrong with that, obviously. I think inspiration's great. Ultimately though, I'm shooting for a way that can help him, like, I don't know how to describe it exactly. I don't know. I just think that my idea of impact is a little different than what I was achieving previously with my videos. So I just kind of want to strive to improve, if that makes sense.
We've gotten most of our points here. Do we have an ending point? What would we recommend here? Because we would have a lot of people who are in your same boat here. What are we saying to the people in the same boat? Because I kind of also left a channel that was doing okay.
Right.
Because let's be honest, it needed more money. It needed more money to do that channel. It's always a money thing. It's always a money thing.
It's always money. Always money.
It's all about the Mets, Spider-Man.
I've said this a billion times now, but this is gonna be a cliche. A failure isn't necessarily a failure unless you look at it the wrong way. There are things to take away from, quote unquote failures, things that you would fail at. There is aspects that you can apply, and there are things you can take away from those that ultimately will help you become and grow into a better person. And if it's content creation that you want to grow into, take those failures, take those scrapes on the knee, pick yourself back up, which isn't always easy, by the way. It isn't always easy. But keep moving forward. Don't give up on your dream. And keep trying to think of new ways to expand your horizons. Be yourself. That's something everyone says, but there's a reason why everyone says that on this platform. Pretty much, I would say almost above everything else, you need to be yourself. And honestly, just make what you want to make. And, like I said earlier, ask yourself the question, why are you wanting to do this? Who would you be doing this for? And I mean, a lot of important questions to ask when you're going to something like this. So make sure to keep that in mind.
Another thing I would say is that now it's okay to quit. I understand you don't want to hear this. No one wants to hear it's okay to quit YouTube, but it is. Truly, it's not a goal that everybody can reach. And like, I understand I'm being so persistent and all that, even though like the channel I'm now working on only has like 74 subs. But that's because I know how to get there. I know how to get there. I just need to take the time. One of the things we'll need to look at here is when you're wanting to be a content creator, but you need to enjoy the process of making content. So oftentimes I need to think about when I'm recording, I need to find stuff that I find funny that I'm going to look back on. Like the Cards Against Humanity, I had to record. As you can see, I got really into dark humor there and gay or whatever. Because that's the comedy I find funny. If you just want to be a gaming channel and make money because you're playing video games with friends, it's not going to work on this current state of YouTube. All the big YouTubers that do that got big when that worked. You need to be that comedy. You need to find yourself funny, because then you're going to find people like you. For this type of content, you need to find something that relates. Like, as I've just said, you're all in the same boats. Yes, I'm talking about you, the girl watching this. You need to be okay and just let it happen. If I wasn't as focused on YouTube, I would be getting a fast food job, let's be honest. Even though they're not hiring, I could probably just go in there. I could go and work at McDonald's, but there's a point where I'm just not, I don't want to, I can't, I hate the smell of grease so much I gag. But yeah, if I wasn't so interested, it would have to be a fast food. I'm a little honest with myself with there. Sorry, I'm kind of taking the spotlight here. This is your video, Pojo. Do you have anything to add there before we end?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very valid point to bring up. Like I was saying, like, if you're trying to achieve something, absolutely go for it. But it is good to keep in mind, though, that for your own well-being, it's good to know and understand when to quit. When to know that, hey, it's getting unhealthy, it needs to stop. And just like everything, there is a balance that needs to be struck here.
Just everyone needs to understand that it's okay to quit now. We're getting to the point where it's so hard to be a content creator. If you don't have it in you to like, this is your final want in life, like, I'll go, like, when I tell you to quit and you tell me to go fuck myself, that's the person who you want to be a content creator. You should tell me to fuck myself and make that content. Anyway, thank you all and good night. Pojo, do you have a finishing statement?
Here. I double what you said. Those kind of people I want running the platform.
Yes. And don't, like, you're not wanting to be lazy. It's all about risk, as Pojo said earlier. You don't want to be lazy with this content anymore. You don't want to be known as the guy who makes AI meme shorts.